In this course, you will learn importing and organizing files, learning basic editing tools, creating a sequence, adding background music, sound effects, and editing audio, adding different types of transitions, titles, and graphics, and finally, we will learn how to render out our final HD project. Let's go dive in Adobe Premiere Pro and let's have fun. I'm so excited and I hope you are excited too. Alright guys, let's go ahead and open Premiere Pro. As we can see here guys, a screen like this will pop up whenever you open Adobe Premiere Pro. Alright, so now I have a several project that I already worked on. So you won't actually have that if this is your first time to open up Premiere Pro. Alright, so to start a new project, this is the new project tab. Just click on it. Or you have another option which is open project. If you already have a project and save it in your computer, you just simply go open your project. For now, I'm just going to select new project. When you click new project, you will notice that a new window pops up just like this. Alright, so let's go ahead and name our project, and then you can choose where actually you want to save your project. I'm just going to select the folder that I'm going to save my project in, and as we can see here, there's actually other options. For example, video, audio, and capture. For video, I always go with a time code, and for audio, I just leave it like that. And then for capture, in our case, we will not capture any materials directly from any camera because we already have our videos. We are going to import it in Adobe Premiere Pro. And then there is another option here which is scratch disks. This option gives you the ability to select where is the path you are going to save your, for example, capture video, video previews, audios, and so on. In our case, we are going to select same as project for all options. Alright, when you are done with your settings here, just go and click OK. Now Adobe Premiere Pro will open up. It might be confusing for you as a first timer, but you are going to get used to it during this course. Alright, so first of all, let's learn about these main windows and how to customize our workplace. And just for your information, whenever you mess around with your workplace, just go to Window, Workspace, and then reset to save layout. As we can see here, all these windows have panels and tabs. For example, see here we have project, behind that we have effects, media browser, and so on. The project panel here is basically your place where you will import your, for example, footage, create titles, graphics, music, and so on. For the effects here, this is where we have video effects, audio effects, video transition, audio transition, and so on. And right to the right of the project and effects window, we have this tools bar, which includes all the tools that you are going to use for editing your footage in the timeline, which is just to the right of the toolbar right here. So let's go ahead and open a project. As we can see here guys, this is actually our timeline where I imported my videos, audios, sound effect, background music, and so on. And this is the project where I import all the source of the videos. If I simply double click here, you will notice this video is actually preview in the source window. And this right here is actually the audio play. Whenever you play your audio here, you will find out this audio play will just show you how your audio plays. Alright, so above all these, as we can see here, is the program monitor. And this actually shows you your final project. Everything you add here in the timeline, you will just see in the program monitor. And as we can see guys, there's actually lots of tools and buttons that I'm not talking about right now, because I do believe the best way to learn is to use the course, and this is actually what we are going to do during this course. up here in the left, as I mentioned, we have our source files or monitors, where you can actually preview your clips even before dragging them into the timeline. Just double click, opens up in the source monitor just like that. So this is actually a quick tour for Adobe Premiere Pro interface, so that we can actually understand what are these windows for. And let's move on and start our first lesson. Alright guys, let's start over in our first lesson, which is importing files, organizing our files, and starting dragging them into the timelines to begin with the editing. Alright, as you can see here guys, the project window here, import media to start. There's actually multiple ways to import media in your Adobe Premiere. You can simply just double click here and a window will pop up like this, and you can just select all the files you want, or you can just right click and click import. Alright, I just prefer the first way, which is much easier. Just double click and then you choose where you have saved your materials that you want to import in your Adobe Premiere. And I have actually uploaded a folder for you guys, an e-learning account with some pictures, some PNG files, some music and videos and logos, so that we can actually try to create a video during this course. Alright, what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to select the files that I'm going to import. For example, the logo, and then I go Control from the keyboard to select more than one file. The music file, maybe these 4 videos, and let's take some pictures as well. Alright, and then you just hit open. As we can see here guys, this is actually the project window. You can see all the files you have imported in the project window. All right, and as I mentioned in the first lesson, you can double click to just check the files. This is the source file. I haven't dragged any files yet in the timeline. As you can see, the timeline here is still empty. All right, you can actually preview your footage even before you drag them to the timeline. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to right click, and then there's actually here a new item. New item gives you the ability to import whatever files or material you need in your project. All right, so I'm just going to select black video. All right, and as you can see here, when you select black video, it gives you the settings for this video you are going to import. Adobe Premiere automatically set the video as the project settings, so just go and hit OK. When you have this black video here, you can just select and drag to the timeline, and here it is guys, our timeline starting to show the files that we are actually dragging them into the timeline. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to set this video to make it like, maybe or maybe we can just leave it to 5 seconds. All right, this is the standard length of the video. And then what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to drag the logo, just select. All right, select and then drag. All right guys, good. After the video, let's just move the black video here a bit and maybe adjust the, as you can see, if you go to the edge of the layer, you can see this tool which gives you the ability to decrease the length of this layer. I'm just going to make the logo appear for maybe 2 seconds, As you can see here, there's 2 seconds, all right? And then just drag the edge of the video to the pointer right here, all right? All right, when you move any items in the timeline, you will notice that, there's a magnetic thing that, pulls up the item to the end of the previous item. And this is actually very helpful tool to make sure that, there is no gap between these 2 layers, all right? So now I have the logo and then the black video, all right? All right, as we can see here, guys, this is the program preview. And as you can see here, this logo is actually bigger than the project settings. So we can simply go right click, and then you will find something to scale this video to the frame size, all right? Scale to frame size, and as you can see here, it actually scaled this picture to the frame size we have, all right? Good. All right, so now let's just move on and add maybe a video, all right? Okay, guys, this right here is actually gives you the ability to zoom in and out the timeline so that you can see your final project, because when you add a lot of files and items inside the timeline, it could be very hard for you to move between one item to another. So this is actually very helpful for you to zoom in, and sometimes we need to zoom in and zoom out so that we can see clearly our files and items to edit, all right? Let's maybe add another, maybe 2 photos here. All right, and let's end up with the black video again. All right, so now we have the logo, black video, and then we have the video that we added, and then some pictures, all right? And for the pictures, I'm just going to do the same thing that I have done to the logo file. I'm just going to select them all, just select and drag, right click, and then scale to frame size, all right? You can see here all the pictures scaled to my frame size of the project. And then for the project here, this window, you can actually organize your files, whether you, for example, want to rename, double click, or maybe you can change the view, if you want to list or thumbnail, all right, switch to view to icon view, and so on. I prefer the icon preview. It's not small, neither very big, so that it's easy for you to adjust. And there's actually another way to import files inside the Adobe Premiere Pro, which is actually go to media browser and select the drives that you have the files in, and then you just select and drag. But as I mentioned, I just prefer this way. Just double click here, and then this window will pop up, and select the files you want to add, and that's it. It's actually very easy to understand. All right, so this is actually everything you want to know about importing files, organizing your files, and so on. So let's move into this same project and try to use some edit tools. All right, guys, so in this lesson we are going to learn about editing tools right here, which is this is actually all the tools that you are going to use in Adobe Premiere Pro. All right, let's move on, for example, to this video. All right, and say you want to cut this video to maybe 3 videos. All right, so there's actually a razor tool here. You can select from here or simply hit C from the keyboard, and this is actually gives you the ability to cut your video, because when you're recording yourself, for example, sometimes there is actually some footage that you don't want to include in the video. So you just go to the eraser tool and then hit click, all right, and then move this pointer, for example, to here, and then hit again. And then if you go to the move tool here, just select this video and delete. It will delete only this video that you have actually cut from the footage. And then if you want to redo this, you can just go Ctrl Z from the keyboard, or let's go cut again and then delete this video. And let's say you don't want to cut this video, you want it again. So if you go to the edge of the video here and then move it to the end of this video, it will actually redo the cut. All right, one more tool here that gives you the ability to review and go along with the timeline, which is the hand tool. And this is actually gives you the ability to move around in the timeline, same as this one as we mentioned in the previous video. All right, great. And one more tool, track select tool. Sometimes in the Adobe Premiere, when you have a huge project, you will have a lot of cut videos and footage, images, text, graphics, and so on. So it will be very hard for you to select all of them manually. This tool right here gives you the ability to select the whole thing. All right, just click and it will select the whole thing for you, all items, all layers, just by one click. All right, one more tool that we are going to use in this video, which is the title tool. All right, this title tool, from the name of it, we can just add titles in our footage here. Let's select the title tool and then select the program preview like this, and just go ahead and type whatever you want to add. All right, after you finish typing your text, just go to the move tool here, and then you can adjust the title. All right, so now we have a logo, then we have a title here, and then we have these videos and images right here. All right, now you have learned everything about the timeline, how to deal with your files here that you imported in Adobe Premiere, how you are going to drag them into the timeline. All right, and then how you are going to organize these files together to become one footage with no gaps between them. And we have learned some tools that we are going to use in this course. All right, let's move on to the next lesson to learn how we are going to add some transitions between these videos, and how to add background music, how to, for example, add some effects to these videos, and so on. Alright guys, welcome again. This is the same project that we have started with, and what I'm actually going to teach you in this course is how are you going to be able to edit some of these footage, whether it's image or videos and so on. Alright, so let's take this logo for example, double click. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to open up the effects so that I can actually deal with this logo right here. So double click, and then you go to the source window, click in this arrow right here, and then go to effects control. When you select effects control, the effects control opens up right here, which gives you the ability to change the opacity, the position, scales, and so on. As you can see here, this image right here is not actually the same size as the project. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going just to scale this image right here as you can see from here, you can actually change the scale or the position of the image that you have, whether it's horizontally or vertically, or you want, for example, to change the scale and so on. So I have actually changed the scale of the logo, and then whatever I have done to the logo, I can do to whatever titles or graphics or any items I have in the timeline. Let's say I want to make some modifications in this text. All right, so let's go to the pointer, select, make sure the pointer is above the text layer or any layer that you want to work with. All right, and then double click, this effects will open up. All right, so let's go, for example, to the text. Maybe we can change the position, we can change the style of the text right here, or maybe we can change the font. All right, and then the color, everything and anything you are able to do in this modification window right here. All right, so let's go ahead and make some, motions to this titles. All right, if I go to the text layer right here, and then, for example, I go to the opacity. All right, let's close the text, and then opacity right here. Okay, let's say the 0 second in this layer, I want the opacity to be 0. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to record that keyframe. Okay, and then after I hit the keyframe, I just go set the opacity value. Let's say 0. You will see the text is actually vanished, and then maybe we can move 1 second and then change the opacity again to 100 and then enter. All right, so in this case what I've done is I have recorded this opacity right here. All right, as you can see, but maybe we can just select this keyframe and take it farther so that we can see the motion. All right, good. And then maybe we can leave it just right here and then hit one keyframe. This keyframe is going to keep this record for the keyframe, and then we go to the end of the text and then hit one more keyframe and set the opacity again to 0. If we play, you will see this text will stay and then will vanish. All right, so this is actually how to record any motions that you want to add in your, for example, text, images, videos, and so on. All right, and for the video, I'm just going to leave the video just as it is, and then, all right, now let's add some transitions between all these items right here. If you go to this project video editing course and then select these arrows from here and then select effects, you will see this is the free set of video transitions, video effects, audio transitions, and so on that install automatically when you install Adobe Premiere Pro. These all, and how I'm going to apply any effects to the items that I have in the timeline, just select and drag. All right, so this effects actually make your footage very smooth. For example, if I apply this effects, just click, drag, and then drag it to the very start of the video right here. For example, when I added this effects at the beginning of the video, it becomes black and then it faded away to the logo that we have. All right, good. And at the end of the logo as well, just select and drag again. It will go black again so that it will be mixed with the black video we have. All right, and now maybe we can add some transitions between this black video and the other video we have. There is actually tons of effects in Adobe Premiere. You can just select whatever suits your project. All right, let's go to push, for example, and then just the same way, just select and drag at the beginning of the video we have right here. All right, and one more thing actually to do with the effects, if you want to if you want to edit the effects length, just double click in the effects itself, and then you will notice here in the effect control that you can actually change the length of the effect just like that. Or what I've done now is I have applied this effects between these two, black video and the other video. So if you hit play now, you will see that this effects actually mixed between these two videos. Let's go ahead and maybe select another transition, another effects between these two videos that we have cut. All right, just double click to the effect, and then maybe we can edit this effect too. All right, there's actually a slide, but because it's the same video, it's not very clear. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and apply some other transition. For example, page peel between the video and the images that we have. All right, you can see if I hit play now. All right, but if I want to increase the effect length, I just go here and add some more time. All right, it will be slower. Good. All right, let's go use more effects. See? All right. Okay, so now we have actually created our project. We added a logo, we added a black video, we added a text, and we added an actual video, some images, and so on. Let's end our video by just go and add a black video again at the end of the video, and then maybe add a dissolve again to make this video, when it ends, it goes to black. All right, between these two layers, and then if you hit play now, it will go to black, and then the video will end. As you can see here, guys, when we actually started to drag our files to the timeline, Adobe Premiere actually creates tracks for videos and then tracks for audios. As you can see here, this is video 1, track 1. All right, this is for all the videos or images in this track, and then this is for video 2. If I go and, for example, hide whatever in track 2 and hit play, you will not see the logo, you will not see the text. All right, you will only see whatever in the track 2. So actually working with tracks is very much easier, especially if you have a huge project with a lot of footages, images, videos, transitions, and so on. And same goes to audios. For example, you want to record an interview. You'll have the interviewee sound, and then maybe you want to add some sound effects, you want to add a background music, and so on. So let's go on and add our music here. Okay, let's zoom out our scene and then drag, because this audio file is maybe 4 minutes length, and our project is just less than 30 seconds. So what I've done is I have decreased this audio length. All right, so if you go and hit play now in our project, alright, so this is actually everything we have done in this project. Alright, so this is actually the project that we have created in Adobe Premiere. Let's move on to the last lesson and then learn how to render this file to be a video file that you are able to, for example, upload in your YouTube channel or just use as it is. Alright guys, in this lesson we are going to learn how to import our project that consists of so many layers, videos, images, sound effects, music and so on to one video file. Just go to File, from here Export and then Media. A window will pop up like this. Alright, it actually shows you your project. Let's go ahead and minimize the window so that we can see everything. All right, this is the source scaling, scale to fit. This is the actual fit, the size of the video. Right here, the export settings. The export settings is actually confusing sometimes. All right, there's actually a huge amount of formats that you can use to render out your project, whether you want it to be JPEG, but this is actually going to render the whole project into frames. All right, so I actually always go with H.264, and this is very suitable for YouTube channels. It will give you a very good quality. If you choose the format, you can actually go to preset and select what actually you want to use your video for. For example, here as you can see, Facebook is 720 and Facebook 1080, Facebook 2000, which is the 4K and high quality. Here you can see mobile device, Twitter, Vimeo, YouTube and so on. So go to YouTube Full HD, and then from here you can select the destination you want to save your video in. Let's just select desktop, name the video, for example, to film editing course, and then click save, and then finally go to export. The video will render out, as you can see, because our video is actually small, so it will not take much time to render out the project. At the same time, when you have a huge project, for example 1 hour, 2 hours, it will take a lot of time, and this is actually depends on your computer. All right, we are done. We have rendered out our project. Let's go File, save our project here, and then close Adobe Premiere to our desktop to see the video that we have created. Double click and we can see this is the final project that we have actually created in this course. Alright guys, so this is the end of this course. I hope that you have learned something in the course, and this is actually a very basic course to learn Adobe Premiere, because you are asked to do a video during this course. I thought maybe this course will help you out to understand Adobe Premiere Pro essentials. And actually this is not only for Adobe Premiere Pro. If you have any previous versions of Adobe Premiere, that could be actually fine to use the same techniques. Maybe there's actually some differences in the interface, and sorry, not the interface, I mean maybe there's actually some differences in the welcoming page of the Adobe Premiere Pro, but is actually the same procedure and the same techniques if you have the basic essentials to edit and use Adobe Premiere. That's all for now, and I hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.